Hey, what's up everyone? Aubrey Trades here, and today I want to talk about how I'm revamping my strategy for the next trading month. In my last video, I went over my top 6 winners and losers, realized that 4 of my top 6 winners were all OTC gappers. So with that knowledge, that's going to be what I'm focusing on for all of August / maybe even the rest of the year. I'm just going to look at the OTC plays. Anything I do in listed land I'll just have to be super small, like continue doing my single share, 2 share positions just to get used to the patterns and stuff. But because these are my most valuable ones, that I'm going to try focusing on that. So DRNG and SAV are both big top watches for Monday. We finally broke out on DRNG at the end of Friday, so I'm hoping to see a repeat of this like blow off top pattern here. We zoom out, you can see this blow off top pattern, very nice. Because we are up so much more though from Friday's run, I'm hoping we see some sort of dip opportunity as everyone who bought at the end of Friday sells the gap and takes profits. That's my ideal entry. I would love to see maybe a dip that proves, 9 to hold or 8-6 to hold. Those would be really great entries. Same for NSAV. All potential buys into a morning panic. But what I'm looking for on these OTC breakout patterns is ideally they have a history of making these big runs, and ideally they've been consolidating for a while. If I switch over to daily here, ideally they've been consolidating for a little bit, and then there's news to just get everyone excited. So if we look at this last news piece, was on the 26th, which is right here. And then we really have this run about 2 days later, which shows that, it's not necessarily beneficial to be first, because this did happen on the second day. But if I'm looking for the pattern and I'm picking up on it here, where it's like, okay, good first green day on some decent volume, and it's been spiking, it's a good odds that you're going to have a gap up and some continuation. We go back to this 5-minute chart. You can see we had this run at the close. Let's say 5.5 if you were just buying in the middle of the range there. And it gaps up to 6.1. So 5.5 to 6.1. 10%. Nice easy 10% swinging overnight. And that was the move. Those were my 2 biggest winners, was that move right there. My biggest loser was on a move like that too, but that's because I ended up getting oversized. Let's say I bought here, it started working, this kind of what happened, and then I added, and then I added, and then I added, and then it actually gapped down. So just being so oversized and then it gapping down, just devastating. I lost like 170 bucks on that one. So this one is a potential buy into a morning panic, and DRNG I think I mentioned already as well. I'll look at the dailies for some other ones, which was like MJWL was one I ended up playing the very start of this much bigger run, and then I just kind of forgot about it at that point. I made my move, and I didn't really know how to play them after the move, because I was like, oh well, now it's in the middle of its thing, and it could be up too much, but now I'm starting to see a little bit how these patterns develop and pan out. So I would know now, for example, just to keep an eye on this, and when it starts perking back up into the 7-cent range, well, it might be game time again, and maybe we see some more continued upside. Because this ended up going all the way to 26, and you had some big volatile days here, that were just absolutely insane, right? And this was a little bit of a delay. You had this gap. We had this is a morning flush. Everyone's selling from the gap. Support, support, support. This is 9:45. You're back at the highs. Boom. So you can size in, risking the day's lows, 14 cents. You're risking a penny, right? You're risking a penny, and then you're along for this run. Ends up kind of going here in to 18. So you're at 15. You potentially get a 3-cent move, right? And let's say if you use the risk formula, if you're like, I'm willing to risk $100, right? Let's call it, let's call it 14 cents. So you're risking, so the formula is, I want to risk $100, and my stop is 1 cent away from my entry, 10,000. So I can buy 10,000 shares at, what did I say? 4 cents? I'm sorry, did I say 14 cents? Yes. Sorry, 15 is the entry. So if I put $1,500 onto this trade at 15 cents, I'm coming in. I'm coming in as it's going green and making new highs, right? And I'm risking 14 cents, which is actually down here, right? So I'm risking lower than low of day. That's $1,500 you can put in the trade. And then if you hold this, I don't know how patient you are, but let's say you get this off somewhere. Let's say you get this off at 17, right? So you got in at 15, you sell at 17, you made 13%. And we said you put 1,500 in, right? 1,500 times 1, 13%. You made $195. Not bad. Almost double your risk. Now, you make it to 18, double your risk. Not bad. Or even do it up here. Now, one thing that I've noticed and listed I might take into this too is waiting for consolidation and for like confirmation of the overall trend. So if I missed this, right? Let's say I missed this, and I'm hanging out. It's after 9:45, and I see this low now is higher. So we're now more on the uptrend. That's 18.55. You have better odds of this panning out, I think. That's just me. And I like that risk calculation too, is something that I'm going to be taking into my trading. Being, okay, I'm willing to spend $20 to see if this, listed trade works out. Okay, well, let me see how much I can put on the line so that $20 ends up being my max loss. Yep, so those are some of my thoughts. Let me know, let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you think I'm missing something, or if you had any ideas to, help turn things around. But that's just what I've gotten from my own analysis and from my studies over the weekend, So tightening up my risk management and focusing on the OTC breakout patterns that seem to be working the most for me. Anyway, I will be back in the next video with a watch list for Monday. In the meantime, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.